At that time, we chaplains, curates, and priests had to teach many classes. I had to teach about 20 classes in 4 or 5 different types of schools: grade school, junior high school, homeschool, vocational school. Therefore, one person was constantly on the way to give a class at a school. I wasn't really well prepared for my classes, and I didn't like to go to the schools. I'm afraid my classes were not all top-notch. For me, school was something on the side. My actual work was pastoral work. It suddenly hit me the question of whether or not I personally apply what I preach to others to myself. The hours I spend talking to the students, what I preach from the pulpit on Sundays, and the 4 or 5 times I preach during the week. I'm a very normal person and have my weaknesses. I do not always do many of the things that I tell others to do. This became a real conflict of conscience. I go to the pulpit, to the school, and tell others what they should do. I am so unworthy of being believed. I lie to them. I don't do what I preach myself. So I will not go to school anymore. I will not go to the pulpit anymore. This inner discussion kept going on in my head. At my next conversation with Father Kentenichped, I was able to tell him about this. Father, it won't work like this. I should not go to the schools anymore. I will not go to the pulpit anymore. I only lie to the people, and I don't do what I suggest they should do. Looking back, I had the impression that Father Kentenichped had not heard these questions for the first time, and that he had even asked himself these questions. Father Kentenichped is a very normal person who also had his failures and sins, and also wanted to do many things and did not do them. This is the good school of the Apostle Paul, who said, "That which I want to do, I don't do, and that which I don't want to do, I do." So it was with the Apostle Paul. I think it was the same for Father Kentenichped and for many others. In any case, this is how it was with me. I brought this question to Father Kentenichped. He listened very reverently, very seriously, and took it seriously. Then he replied like a shot. Firstly, preach first to yourself because you need it. At this, I felt I had been very well understood. He understood what I meant, and he was right. Preach first to yourself because you need it. Secondly, you aren't supposed to proclaim yourself and your great deeds, but rather Christ and his concerns. Therefore, you don't need to lay out yourself and your examination of conscience before the people, but rather you are supposed to proclaim him to them, not yourself and your greatness. This relaxed me again. Thirdly, when you notice that others do not do what you suggest, just like yourself, then accept that all your listeners, your students, and those before your pulpit are all in the same boat together. Just rely upon God's mercy.
Also sie brauchen nicht sich und ihre Gewissenserforschung vor den Leuten ausbreiten, sondern sie haben ihn zu verkündigen und sich nicht und ihre Heiligkeit auch nicht. Das hat mich wiederum gespannt. Und das Dritte, und wenn sie dann merken, dass die anderen das, was sie zu tun ihnen vorschlagen, auch nicht tun, wie es ihnen selber auch geht, dann sitzen sie mit all ihren Zuhörern, mit ihren Schülern, mit denen unter der Kanzel in einem Boot gemeinsam